Hey everyone, so today I've got an update for you on what the current situation is at the Sandos properties. There's a couple of them that have opened so far, a couple more are opening next month, but I wanted to give you the true scoop on what it's like to vacation there right now. Okay, so a few things have changed at the Sandos Resorts. Right now, the Sandos Playacar Resort is open, as well as, and that's in Mayan Riviera, as well as Sandos Finisterra in Cabo, San Lucas. And next month, we're going to see the reopening of the Sandos Cancun, right in the heart of the Cancun Strip, and also Sandos Caracol Eco Resort. Number one most important question people want to know, swim-up bars, are they open? Yes, they are. Not necessarily all pools, not necessarily all bars, but the resorts right now are limited to about 30% occupancy maximum, and that's to keep everything safe, make sure that they're not going to overload the resorts, and that you can ensure that you're distancing between yourself, the staff, and everybody else. So because of that, you're not going to see necessarily all facilities open. Obviously at the Sandos Finisterra, which is a slightly smaller resort, everything's open. But at some of the larger resorts, Sandos Caracol is the biggest of the four of them. So you're probably going to see some limitation on certain pools open, certain swim-up bars open. But honestly, it's going to feel like you have the resort to yourself. So if you're going there with the kids, you know, they can have the whole place to themselves. They can have a lot of fun. If you're going as a couple, then, you know, it's really going to be a nice, quiet, relaxing experience for you. And if you're just going with a girlfriend and you want to just hang out and have fun, then, you know, again, it's perfect. You're going to be able to find a lounger, even if you don't get up until 10. Be able to find a space by the pool, sun or a shade, no problem. So there's a lot of pros about going right now. The buffet, it is open, but they've changed how they've done it a little bit. Now, Sandos Finisterra and Cabo, they kind of always had this style where it was basically a pre-portioned amounts of food. And that's basically what they've done now. They've converted the buffet, so there is no sharing of utensils. There's no massive bowls of food product. Everything is pre-portioned out into individual servings. And it's sort of more tapas style, so you can get a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Now you can imagine heading back to your table, you're going to have a bunch of different plates that are all accumulating, but the servers are great about removing them as you go and as you eat, and if you want more, that's just no problem at all. You do have to make reservations for dining. So basically, whether it's the buffet, you do still have to make a reservation for that, as well as any of the other restaurants. And the reason for that is, again, so that they can manage how many people are in the restaurant. And if there's too many in and you're gonna have to wait for a bunch of tables to clear, that way you're not queuing outside. So if it's pre-organized, then you're not gonna be waiting for 45 minutes and saying like, when the heck am I going to get a table? You know you're not going to get a table for 45 minutes because that's when your reservation is. So it's not a bad system. You are arriving later in the evening. Some people are concerned that they won't be able to get a reservation that particular evening, but the good news is room service is still happening. So room service is available 24 hours a day. There is no charge for it. So that's another option for you for dining. Good news is their shorts are allowed for dinner for men. So obviously not casual shorts and stuff like that, but if you got some nice golf shorts or dress shorts, then those are totally allowed, which especially if you are traveling anytime soon. The summertime months, they are hot, so it's nice to not have to wear pants for dinner, which men are often required. Cupcake cafes, the coffee shops, those are open, and they of course have some snacks available. There are some activities that are happening. We've seen some pool aerobics and stuff like that. Nothing too engaging, nothing too much where you're going to be close together. But they are still being creative about stuff, and you know, a lot of the people are reporting that they're having a good time with the activities that they are doing. They are still doing nightly shows, so there is still evening entertainment. But again, for this, you do need to make reservations. And again, that's so they can figure out the chairs and make sure that they are not having too many people attend at one time. Staff are all wearing masks and or face guards or face shields. Guests are not required to. Some people are, some people aren't. Certainly when you're traveling in the common areas as you're walking past other people, some people feel more comfortable wearing a mask. But if once you're seated, once you're at the restaurant seated, once you're by the pool, once you're at the beach, it is not required to wear a mask, and often that's when people will take them off, because can you imagine, that would not be a great looking suntan. The Kids Club is open, as well as the Teen Arcade. They are limiting the amount of people for this, so maximum of 15 people, for example, at the Teen Arcade. And guess what? Yes, you do need to make reservations. It's a common theme. But it's just going to help them be a little bit more coordinated about things and make it easier for them to manage as people come in, and making sure that not only are the guests safe, but also that they're keeping the staff safe. QR codes are being used for the menus, so that's the same as what they've done locally here. At pubs and restaurants, where you're scanning a QR code and then up on your phone comes the menu. If you're hard of seeing, then it makes it easier because you've got the backlit screen on your phone, and you can also make it bigger if you need to. So it's actually not a bad solution. But for now, I think if you've got a vacation booked and you're going to take a vacation at a Sandos resort, I really think it's not going to be that much different than what it would have been 6 months ago. A few changes, like I said, and the reservation thing, that's a bit of an annoyance, but it's just something that we're going to have to get used to. And in the meantime, overall, you can get some really good prices right now, and if you can have the resort to yourself, I think it's great. So I hope you enjoyed this information. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos. And in the meantime, check out these ones.